this is a time for a determined implementation without any hesitations. The slightest reluctance that may be shown may call for troubles. Otherwise, it can go very smoothly.
Do you feel personally vindicated by this? Here's Mr. Netanyahu doing what he said he wouldn't do and what you, of course, had pledged yourself to do.
Well, my country was vindicated, which is more important than myself. What we can learn from what happened is that there is no other game in town but the Oslo Agreement. Nobody has an alternative. I think it would be wrong on our part to continue and govern the Palestinians' destinies against their wish than to turn your back. You know, many people think that making peace is singing a song. It's not a concert. It's a very difficult and dangerous and costly road. And it is because of it when I hear people saying, I'm for peace, I'm smiling. To be for peace doesn't mean very much. To take decisions in favor of peace is a different story. Then you begin to walk. What Mr. Netanyahu could have learned is something that all of us have learned, that peace may be stronger than politics, and that parties and elections and campaigns and winning them cannot stop the march of time.
It is a very emotionally charged day for me. I think that all who listens to me now will understand it perfectly well, because Yitzhak was murdered. He was the victim of his convictions that we have only one way ahead of us, and that is the way of peace. He signed the Oslo agreements, he believed in them. They were anchored in trust between him and Chairman Arafat, between the Palestinian and the Israeli teams, and he, I think, was the symbol in the area for hope for peace. When he was murdered, there was a great fear and threat. Is this threatening now? Is the murder now threatening the peace process? However, I think that Oslo was signed, and Mr. Netanyahu, when he took office, found himself committed to an internationally anchored and signed peace agreement, and had no other way but following the Oslo agreement. He claims that it is with slight changes. I say that in 7 months, the Oslo agreement may have aged a little, so it needed a little cosmetic after 7 months. But however, this is semantic, and basically it is the same Oslo agreement. And if my emotions are charged today, it is on one hand a great sadness for an unnecessary victim on the altar of peace, and on the other hand, the satisfaction that his road and what he wanted to achieve is the winner. He is the winner, and we're all following in his footsteps, including Mr. Netanyahu's government and he himself.